it's been a good year. It's been a hell of a year for the stock market and the S&P, especially. S&P rose to 20-month high. So with the soft landing in sight,
Aha.
with the soft landing in sight, any advice for those who missed out on this year's bull run?
Invest for the long term. I don't have a sexy, salacious answer. Stop waiting for the right time to get into the market. Listen to the advice given here on the show and buy every month. I think there will be a soft landing for those who are rich or well-to-do. And if you're underneath a certain income level per year, maybe less than 200, 300,000 a year, there won't be a soft landing. And I keep saying the market is rigged to permanently stay up. I know everyone has heard me say this before, but and we talked about this at the JP Morgan event, if you keep missing out on the right time to buy property, to buy crypto, to buy stocks, to buy businesses, you're going to get priced out. And if you wait for another 4 or 5 years, like next year will be the 4-year anniversary, talk about naysayers. Imagine how much money you would have now if you invested from the time the show started in March of 2020 through now. My biggest piece of advice is if you have missed this bull run, stop missing, invest every single month, put 50% of your money into the market, because whatever business you're in, you're not going to get 20% return on what you're investing in. Usually Apple's up 50%, Amazon's up 75%, Nvidia's up, I think, 230% for the year. Quit missing out. Well, you don't need more advice. You need more books. I know y'all want Q&A to come back, the call-ins to come back. Call in and put in chat, how much money have you invested this year and what is your return? Just stop missing out on the bull run.
Stop missing out.
There's a big piece about just showing up and doing the work every day.
Yeah, that's great. When you just said that, I mean, the beginning of COVID, or what we kind of saw as the beginning almost 4 years ago, which is crazy. That's like that's a whole presidential cycle inside of itself. But you're right, man. That word soft landing, we've been talking about it all 2023. For some of the population, it is going to feel like that. And then when you look at the unemployment numbers from last week, like you said, it increased higher than they thought. And so there are, unfortunately, people who have lost jobs. Yeah. But this week will be very telling. I think when every month when we talk about those key economic indicators, CPI will be coming out this week. The Fed's going to talk about this week. There's a chance that interest rates might actually get lowered. From all predictions that they're saying maybe 3 to 4 cuts by the first half of next year.
That's needed.
Which is needed, right? And that can help people, having more money in their pockets when we talk about the price of inflation, the cost of the middle class population. You feel it. You definitely feel it. But for the stock market, when we're talking about rates being cut, this looks, if we're invested, like you said, if you've been investing since 2020 or even prior to that, when you hear interest rates are going to get cut, and you know that we talk a lot about companies that rely on lower rates, specifically in the technology sector, that's music to your ears.
To the moon.
You're thinking, oh, this is great, right? Because we know what happens when rates get cut. The price of operations go down. The price of employees, everything
goes down. The cost of capital goes down.
Everything goes down, which brings in more profit for the companies that you invest in. So the top 7, I mean, from all sides,
get bigger.
It's going to be a bigger year, and that's just for the first half of the year. They've even some of the projections for the second half are still outstanding, but the first half of the year, from everything that's being projected, it looks positive, man. Soft landing indeed for some of us.